about the developer or tester support for developing a defect repository. Okay, so a developer or tester, these persons are the crucial persons for developing a software. Okay, so before learning this, we must know the various steps or the various phases of software engineering. The first phase is called as the requirement specification, then it is designing, then it is coding, and then it is testing, and then it is deployment. Okay, so the first phase is called as requirement gathering, wherein the requirement of the client who's asking you to do the software is called as a client. A person who's asking you to do the software is called as a client. So the requirement that is obtained from the client is recorded as a document that is called as SRS, software requirement specification. And then we go for designing. Designing is nothing but writing the algorithm for your program. We cannot go and write the code for your project straight away. First of all, we must have a deeper understanding of the work that we are going to do. That is called as the designing phase. We write an algorithm, we draw a flowchart for the project, and all these comes under designing, and all the UML diagrams, all these comes under designing. The next phase is called as coding. Coding is nothing but we separate the work into modules, and each module is being coded and it has been tested. The next phase is called as testing. So it is not that the testers have to wait until the entire work is done to test the software. If we try to do so, there will not be time for you to test the product itself. So simultaneously, when all the other works are being carried out, we have to do the testing also. So software testing must be integrated into the software lifecycle. So as we see, the developers and testers are playing a major role in any software engineering process. So the focus of this chapter is to show with an example of some of the most common types of defects that occur during the software development. Okay, so it is important if you are a member of test organization to illustrate the management and your colleagues the benefits of developing a defect repository to store the defect information. As software engineers, the test specialists, we should follow the examples of engineers in other disciplines who have realized the usefulness of the defect data. A requirement for repository development should be a part of testing and or debugging policy statements. You begin with development of a defect classification scheme and then initiate the collection of defect data from organizational projects. Forms and templates will be needed to design or designed to collect the data. You will need to be conscientious about recording each defect after testing and also recording the frequency of occurrence for each type of defects. Okay, so this means that whenever you come up with a defect, you have to store the defect, the source of the defect, the reason for the defect, and the impact of defect, everything in a database. Okay, so this is done in order to make your management and your colleagues understand how much the defect is affecting the software, so that the developer can recover from the defect, and he may help you to heal the defect and bring the product in efficient one. Okay, so the distribution of defects will change as you make the changes in your process. The defect data is useful for test planning, a TMM level 2 maturity goal. It helps you to select applicable test techniques, design and reuse test cases you need, and allocate the amount of resource you'll need to devote to detecting and removing these defects. This in turn will allow you to estimate testing schedules and costs. The defect data can support debugging activities as well. In fact, this figure shows you the defect repository and how it is helping in the various tasks like quality evaluation, control, test measurement, and test process improvement. Okay, so defect repository in turn is helping to improve the quality of your project and to measure the quality of your work and to find improvement with your processes. So testers and developers are found to be the very important asset for any project development work.